Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ellen. So today we're working on a very simple, loose, and easy beach card. If you are struggling with painting some loose coastal designs, this is perfect for you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I break it down step by step. I show you how to draw it. You can slow the video down. This is perfect for somebody who's struggling how to do a nice loose sky, loose beach scene. This is it. This is all you need. If you're a Patreon member, you get the additional tutorial where we're doing simple, loose ocean here. If you would like to be a Patreon member, click the link in the description box to join. You can join and cancel anytime. You get more exclusive tutorials, longer, more in depth, and more advanced than you get on YouTube. So if you want to advance in watercolor, that's where you go for me. I have live streams on the top tier where we really delve into, like, you can ask me questions. We go into certain topics that we're interested, all that good stuff. So like I said, check out the link in the description box to join. You can join and cancel anytime. So without further ado, let's get painting a lovely little beach card. Okay, so I taped down a piece of 4x6 Arch 100% cotton cold pressed paper, just with Scotch Magic tape, and then I did another tape here because this would be the line of the ocean. So wherever we want to put the ocean line, I did like almost basically halfway. And I have this new color that I bought from Holbein that I'm playing with, cerulean blue. And yes, even with this small size, I will take a number 12 Neptune series brush and loosen up this paint color for my sky. Yes, it's a really nice, pretty blue. Just a simple blue color. If I want a little bit darker, I might add some ultramarine blue deep here on the end. Just loosen that up to get it ready. But here I'm going to go for it. So I do wet on dry. Start off in the beginning. And I'm just going to go like these swoops. It's not wet enough, so I'm going to get some more water. Swoop. Leave a little white in between. Swoop. Leave a little white and kind of come down. And see, it's just going to stop where there is no water, right? And I can add the blue, the deeper blue, ultramarine blue, up in here. Play around with that. And then start to connect it a little bit. But still leave that white there. And you see that. Add the little blue. So it's like a two-tone situation. It's kind of cool, right? Simple, boom, boom, boom. You see how fast that took me? And then I'm going to add this little bit of that blue color down here. And that's it. Really don't overwork your skies. Simple, sweet. Really practice to do them that fast. I'm not kidding you. And then you'll come out really nice. And people have difficulty because they keep constantly back and forth, swooping. I mean, my workshops, I talk about this. I might add a little bit more ultramarine blue here. Just a little bit deeper up on top. Don't do this constant swooping back and forth, swooping back and forth, back and forth. Really, it's like a 1-2, done. 1-2, done. You'll be amazed at how much better it comes out. So we're going to let that sit and dry, and then we'll draw in our simple ocean kind of scene here. But this is like a 5-second card situation, and the more you can grasp painting it quickly like this, the better it's going to look with the sky. I know people overwork it by just swiping so many times. Take a bigger brush on a smaller scale here and just swipe it one time. So I'm going to let it dry and come back. So I've removed the tape. You see that nice little straight line. We'll go paint over that when it's completely dry on the other side, but I just want you to just draw out what we're going to do here. So simple little ocean scene. You can have the beach kind of coming down here. Like here's the ocean, and then have the beach. You figure out maybe like there's a sand dune kind of stuff happening here. So like a line going down, maybe another one coming up here. If you wanted a fence, so simple. We'll draw in a little fence here. Just like a little, you see those beach fences? Little lines like this. Kind of connecting. They're going up here. Maybe just like rocks or something you can see kind of happening here, landmass, to make it a little more interesting. So it's kind of like a bay and the beach. It's like sand dune here and the beach is kind of here where it stops. And then you've got grass. I'm just going like this. You can put the grass here. Obviously, we can put some nice little greenery for beach roses, right? And maybe put like another little grass here. And that's that. We're going to let this dry a little bit more. Let me see if it's dry. And then we're going to put the tape on the other side. Once that's completely dry, paint the ocean, but we're going to be the ocean to here. And so if you want to have white caps, you kind of have to just like figure out where you want them, leave them, kind of draw your pencil lines where you want them, kind of going towards the edge. You see that? We're going to paint away from that. We're not going to paint those areas that are white because a watercolor, we want to keep it, you know, white where it's supposed to be white. It's not like acrylic and oil where you can actually paint white over top. You have to leave it white, which is a little tricky in watercolor. If you want crashing waves, maybe you have like wiggle, like, okay, let me show you. You kind of wiggle up here a little bit, and then you're going to have to kind of fold them down like that. We'll paint that so you can see that. So I'm letting this dry. Just another second. Okay. So what I'll do is I take a piece of that Scotch Magic tape. If you hear me, I'm sticking it on my, I can't show you that at the same time. I'm sticking it on my pants. So the fibers are on here. You can see little fibers on here. And it just makes it less sticky. And then I stick it right on that line that we painted. Just push down in the line area, not everywhere else. Okay. Now, for the blue of the ocean, I mean, I love that cerulean blue, but I'm not going to use that. More of ultramarine blue. Oh my goodness, the tape is everywhere. Going back down here. And I'm going to still use the same brush. So ultramarine blue. I'm going to grab more of this. We can have cerulean blue kind of in the mix here, but I'm going to add a little yellow to it to make it a little greener. It's just not going to be, you know, you can make it like more of a tropical blue if you want to add peacock blue. I can find my peacock blue, which is here. No, it's making it very green. Grab my cerulean blue back again. See, we got this bluish green here. Can add some yellow. So it depends on what kind of colors you want. I might add some more ultramarine blue. I feel like that's kind of like a darkish green blue kind of color. I can play around with this. So take it on my brush, make it any color you want. Down here would be just a little bit, I need a paper towel, where you drew like the skinny little wiggly lines for waves. So I'm going to not paint those. I'm going to paint around it. See, I'm leaving that underneath white, on top white. I hope this makes sense. And leaving some lines back here. So you're painting this in, you're leaving some white lines, and you're painting the edge. I'll go over this edge area with deeper blue. Right now I'm just leaving it light. And this will be a little bit darker. It's not going to be perfect, but you get those white areas, and then of course here's the beach, so you want to get really light towards the ocean, I mean where the ocean meets the sand. I am going to push in, I don't want to leave too many white lines, it looks kind of strange. It should be a little bit darker under where this white area is. And don't freak out if it didn't come out that way. I'm adding a little bit deeper color of that color. Can add a little bit more, just see I'm just like doing little tippy taps. Come out here, it's getting a little bit deeper and lighter as you get towards the sand here. Now I'm going to grab my ultramarine blue and I'm tapping that color out this way. I have that little landmass of rocks, whatever, happening. It can get a little thicker, so the paint is very wet, very loose. I'm making it thicker, more pigment. I don't want it to look too stripy, so it's blending nicely in the front area. I'll tap it on my paper towel to remove some of it. And now you can see the white caps better. It's not a precise art to do this, but you see how you leave a little white there. There's that green color. Just like this. And the blue, just a little bit deeper. I will let this dry and add a little bit more, a couple of lines. I feel like that gets a little too dark. more of that turquoise happening. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit. While that's drying, I'm just gonna grab some burnt sienna, water it down to get this nice beigey color for the sand. And I'm just gonna put that in there. Now it's gonna be a little bit lighter here, right over the fence area. See? And now I'm gonna add that color, kind of washing in. Dry brush it down here. Leave a little bit white in here for the greens. I'm going to dry brush it up in here. Leave some white. And there you go. See the dry brushing happening? Which means you're not touching the paper. So what do I mean by dry brush? You're just barely touching the paper. You use a little bit of the color so you see some, we haven't hit this part of the paper and the white's showing through. And that's what we want to happen. And here too. Then we have a nice sand. We can get a little bit deeper and darker as we add the greenery, right? So again, I'll show you my brush. I'll take cadmium yellow deep, and I'll grab some Prussian blue, and we get some nice greens happening here. And if we add more blue, we get a little deeper green, as you can see here, over in my palette. And I'll take that greenery, and I'll just cut to, I gotta get some more because my brush was dried. I'll add this to this lovely grass area here for the beach roses. So I'm just kind of tapping. See, nothing really special. Tapping really loosely. I'll zoom in so you can see. I'll have this nice loose effect. This is a nice simple card. Just tap that green. It doesn't have to be perfect greens. It's very wet, so you can tap a paper towel like I just did there. You can add some dark greens by tapping those in. And even some burnt sienna. You know, varieties of spice of the beach. Go back to the greens. And we can take this brush. It's got a great point. I start to do some little grasses pointing up. Like a little mound of grass there. Little short strokes. Get even lighter here. And even here on the right hand side down this little mound here. Simple little strokes for that. We're gonna see if our blue is dried. If it's not dry, we're gonna wait a few minutes and then come to the ocean and then we can finish it up. Okay, so I'm adding more ultramarine blue deep, little lines. It got really light. I took, this is the number 8 long round, Neptune's, I'm sorry, Princeton. This is number 8 long round Velvet Touch series. Still have that piece of tape there. And I'm just making these little lines going under that wave. You kind of see there, a little bit darker, and then darker in the back. You can take some peacock blue, mix it in so you get this turquoisey color, and kind of going in here too, a little bit deeper, darker, and a couple of little lines in that darker turquoise. So you have a nice variety of the colors happening. If you want to get deeper, darker on the back, you can. I'm going to add a little bit of green, brown, blue. Okay, I have this little mound here for rocks. But I think that color is pretty enough, and I can remove the tape. See what we got? And there's a cute little ocean, right? And to make some like nice rocks, we can use burnt sienna, ultramarine blue. Get the nice little gray-brown happening. Now it's fairly wet over here, but you can still kind of just tap those kind of rocks in. Grays, you see I'm just kind of wiggling my brush, leaving a little bit of white. So you can see like this rocks. See, I'm just tapping, tippy tap. This little rock situation happening here. If you did too much of it, you can try and scrape it out with like a credit card or a little tool. I have a tool here. And you can scrape out white. Show rocks. Use that same gray for our lovely fence. So I'm using ultramarine blue and burnt sienna. Making a nice gray. Make sure this is dry. And just a simple gray wash for the fence. Really, this doesn't take much time to do this. It's kind of bending down here. You get more technical when you have the color on the side of it. So just do the simple wash of the fence. Simple lines like that. A little bit wider. We'll wait till it dries and we can add like a deeper color on one side. It should dry pretty light. And now for the grasses. Again, I could use this brush, grab my greens, maybe a little bit darker, some of them, and add some burnt sienna on some areas. So now we can get real deeper and technical with some of these greens on the ends here, on the bottom. Sorry, I'm going to grab a little bit of this like burnt sienna and mix it with my green and water it down. Here's the color. So it's like a green brown. And now I'm going to go in here. I'm not liking this brush. I don't know why it's not cooperating. Watering it down. Here we go. Adding some of that color in here. Kind of going down. I'm going to take a liner brush too to make some more lovely grasses. And we'll take this and we'll just kind of tap a little bit of green on the edge here. A little bit of brown. Same thing here. Just like wiggle the brown. And here. I'm going to grab my liner brush, which is one of my favorite brushes. This is a Princeton Umbria #4. And I make a nice light green, like a limey green color. And I can have it come way up here, just like so. This makes fantastic grass. Just whip it up, and don't do soldiers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This way and then this way. You want them kind of like crazy a little bit, and then same thing here with your lovely fence. Just make them a little crazy, and then little short ones here. I'll get a little bit deeper with the fence area. Some browns with grass. So I'm adding a little bit of dark color here, tapping it in using the grass. And if you want to add beach roses, just use like a simple color, like I'm going to stick whatever brush I have. It's convenient. Bright rose here. I water it down. I'm just kind of tippy tap. Little roses. Just by tapping it in, like little blobs. Don't do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have them kind of cluster a little bit. And don't have them all over the place, just in a couple of sections. This paint is not cooperating on my brush. Needs more water. There we go. Have them come up a little bit and call it a day. Don't want it everywhere. And then same thing with this liner brush. I'm going to mix ultramarine blue and burnt sienna. Get like almost like a black gray. And then we can kind of connect the fence. So you're kind of breaking it up, connect the fence. And you can put a little bit of color on the one side, the right side. It's just a simple, sweet little painting. And my last thing that I like to do is put a little shadow. And I'm using ultramarine blue and burnt sienna. And I would grab a Princeton 8 long round for that. Ultramarine blue, burnt sienna. So water this down, fairly wet. We can kind of put in like a nice bluish shadow kind of happening, coming down from the sun where our grasses are. Same thing here. And a little bit here from the fence. So like the sun is coming this way. See the light coming through the clouds. Really just Simple. Those two colors make the most amazing shadows. And that's our beach scene. Look at that. Simple. Remove the tape. I don't know, what did this take us? 10 minutes, less than that? How you do it. Sweet little beach scene. Perfect card to give somebody for Father's Day, any birthday, etc. And that's how you do a beach scene. That's really simple. Sorry, the tape is making so much noise. Isn't it sweet? I love it. So I hope you love it too. Just take your time painting this. Slow this video down. The key is washing in the skies, right? That's the key. And if you're a Patreon member, you get the additional tutorial. So if you want to be a Patreon member, click the link in the description box to get the additional tutorial. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you haven't hit that bell notification button and put the words all in there, you won't see the videos. Like, they're not really showing videos like they used to. And I do videos every single week, and I have not stopped. So if you're not seeing them, it's because YouTube is not pushing it out. So make sure you put that bell notification button on. Thank you guys so much for stopping by my channel. Have fun painting. Don't stress about it. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.